for today's second game in Season 9, second round eliminations of the UNTV Cup, ang Liga ng Public Servants. Give it up first for your GSIS Furies. Number 0, Carlo Gonzalez. Number 2, Tristan Hernandez. Number 3, Michael Beran. Number 5, Maki Escalona. Number 6, Rolly Laurel. Number 7, Rene Boy Banzali. Number 11, Dennis Munyi. Number 12, Michael Enriquez. Number 18, Jonathan Pareño. Number 24, June Alfonso. Number 25, Aaron Martinez. Number 28, Aaron Sunga. Number 66, James Abugan. Number 82, Romer Diaz. And number 97, Tomas Cementera. Their head coach is Roger Yap. Assistant coaches are Daniel Martinez, Rex Villanueva, and Eric Rodriguez. Make some noise now for your Senate defenders. Number 1, J.R. Ramos. Number 3, the Honorable Senator Joel Villanueva. Number 4, Lawrence Gasparillo. Number 7, the Honorable Senator Bongo. Number 9, Michael Omega. Number 12, Ray Malaga. Number 13, Mark Anthony Marcos. Number 16, Samuel Razon. Number 18, Clark Torrente. Number 20, Harry Petilos. Number 25, Romel Balboa. Number 34, the Honorable Senator Sonny Angara. Number 55, James Mangaran. Number 71, Jeffrey Sanders. And number 91, Harley Nang. Their coaches are Mike Fermin and Tata Fermin. Let's first call out the starters of your GSIS Furies. At guard number 7, Rene Boy Banzali. The other guard number 18, Jonathan Pareño. At center number 28, Aaron Sunga. At forward number 66, James Abugan. In the other forward number 82, Romer Diaz. Check out now the starters of your Senate defenders. At guard number 9, Michael Omega. The other guard number 4, Lawrence Gasparillo. At center number 25, Romel Balboa. At forward number 18, Clark Torrente. In the other forward number 13, Mark Anthony Marcos. Officiating this ballgame are Hernan Alejo, Oliver Pederio, and Paulo Cristobal.
We are just about ready to put the ball into the air.
UNTV Cup, ang Liga ng Public Servants.
We've got Balboa jumping against Sunga, and the Senate has first possession. The Senate team is a tall team. Could be an average height of at least 6'1", 6'2". In the meantime, Omega is at the point. Here is Gasparillo. The pass inside. They'll get the score at close range.
GSIS was in a 2-3 zone the first possession. I think trying to keep the ball outside of the paint, but Senate's still able to get the ball inside and get an easy 2 inside.
It's always comfortable to start the game with the zone. See if how well does the other team shoot. In the meantime, Pareño is the dead shot for the GSIS. Misses from long distance, and the ball will go to the other side. Let's have a report from Rex early on. Rex, go ahead.
Sev and Mo, as mentioned, prize point guard of GSIS, Maki Escalona, won't be able to play today. I was told he was using crutches already after their last ball game. Pero good news naman, nakahapon somehow ay nakapag-shoot around daw siya with Coach Daniel. He was advised to undergo therapy 4 times a week for the next 2 weeks and is expected to be back sa huling laro nila ngayong second round. Big man Carlo Gonzalez, on the other hand, is making his season debut after recovering from an MCL injury. Side story, same batch mismo sila ni Maki Escalona no high school and both played for the Blue Eaglets. Manning the sidelines for them, Coach Roger Yap is in attendance for today's ball game. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update, Rex. In the meantime, our score stands at 2-0. Let's have a report from the other side with Rina taking care of this. Rina?
Yes, Joseph. Neighbors kung tawagin nila ang isa't isa because sa likod lamang ng opisina ng Senado ang main office naman ng GSIS. But talking about the Senate team, they're always putting their best foot forward when it comes to their games. Aminado sila pagdating sa second round eliminations, lahat ng kupunan competitive at aggressive. Against the GSIS, they plan to stop the main shooters and execute good defense all game long, which was missing on their last few games. Also spoke with Hardy Nang para kamustahin siya dun sa kanyang fractured ankle. He told me hindi pa siya na-clear ng kanyang doctor na si Dr. Canlas to play, but so far, nakakapagsabay na siya sa pag-iensayo with the Senate team. He said March 17 pa siya pinapayagan maglaro, which means to say that's the last game for the Senate team also. Seb, back to you.
Thank you very much. And everybody who plays basketball seems to have Dr. Canlas as his doctor, okay? In the meantime, 2-all ang score natin, especially when you have those ACL injuries. The shot from the side. That'll hit the edge of the board. Here's the rush by Abugan. Pareño loads up. No. And the rebound is taken away quickly by the Senate. Here comes Marcos. Marcos, they have dropped the basketball. Diaz was asking for a traveling. Marcos fires. No, too short. Up and down we go. Easy basket. No, not quite. Manzali was distracted.
Senate looking to set things up now. Get a better look at the basket.
Because we've been up and down, nothing being produced actually. Here's Balboa trying to set up the screen. Oh, big three by Gasparillo. Score stands at 5-2. Early lead by the Senate. There's a pushing foul spotted by the official.
Senate early is looking to be aggressive on defense. They trapped the ball screen earlier and now called for a hand check foul away from the basket, but they need to keep up that aggression on defense.
You know, that hand check is a distracting foul if you think about it. In the meantime, this layup will work. GSIS is a gutsy team. They like grinding out the basketball game. They'll lose the lead occasionally, but they'll fight back. Omega free. Torrente drops it in.
Torrente has 2 baskets early on, looking good, getting good looks around the basket.
Torrente has 4 of the 7 points so far, as you mentioned. Here's a crossover dribble. Nice dish to Sunga underneath. Who finds a way, but not the basket. Here comes the push. Gasparillo gone. Tough pass to the corner. Banzali is bottled up. Abugan says, let's slow down. Diaz has other ideas, though. Diaz scoops it up, ends up with nothing, and the rebound goes into the Senate's hands. They push hard. Here comes Marcos. 3-on-1. That dish is caught by Abugan.
Sorry opportunity there. They had a 2-against-1. Should have been able to at least get a shot at the basket, but good defense by Abugan playing cat and mouse and forced it.
The most you can do usually when you're the only one left defensively. Here comes Banzali. Down to Abugan. Down the middle. He will not get the layup. Banzali regains it. Pareño can't elevate. Banzali close range. No bounce. Gasparillo asking for it. Wiggles open for 15. Battle underneath. Omega pops out with it. And Marcos says, let's take a moment here.
Take a moment, but it's an offensive rebound, so their shot clock is only at 14.
That won't work. In the meantime, Banzali, up, down. No, won't work. He was looking for a foul, but there was really nothing there. Here comes the stop by Gasparillo. Marcos from 18, short. Pareño. Abugan, crossover. No, it will not count.
Well, really a good foul then if it didn't count, because probably would have been a 2 points, easy 2 points for GSIS.
Look at this trio of subs coming in. We'll go through them as we sail along. All I know is Jeffrey Sanders sees action for the first time. James Mangaran, another one of those steady players, also seeing action. And
Javi Petitos, I think,
Yeah.
is the number 20.
yeah,
He played for Adamson, I believe, in the
Yes.
UAC.
and if it's a UAP player, you most likely know him, Mo.
Yes, I think I played against him, actually. That's why I know.
Here's Pareño. Oh, there's a foul. It's Mangaran giving up the foul. And let's count the team fouls. That'll be 3 against the Senate. Nothing yet against GSIS. Diaz, Abugan wants to get up the inside, ends up being stripped. Jeffrey Sanders picks up the basketball. Lead pass, James Mangaran. Nice fake. And the basket. Diaz was on the ground. There was an apology by Malaga. But look at this. Nearly stepped on Diaz. We have a timeout. We'll be back to Senate, pulling away by 7 early on.
Senate so far has been more aggressive. They have at least 2 conversions on fast break opportunities.
As we report back in, 11-4 is the count here. Abugan's pass, he knew it was a bad one. Dashed off quickly for the defense. Mangaran slows it down. Sanders zips it over to the other side. Here's Malaga, who had a basket earlier. Can't get one now. Rebound is loose. Here's Jeff Sanders. Thought about it, won't force it. Omega says, let's set it up. Downstairs, a good cut to the basket. No, it went to Petilos. Oh,
Great ball movement by Senate there, just weren't able to finish on the basket. For Senate here.
Michael Enriquez had a close look at the basket, couldn't drain it. The shot, everybody's missing here early on. Too much on a rush to score points, I believe.
Yeah, that time they didn't really have an advantage in transition. It was 3 against 4, meaning 4 defenders.
And Michael Enriquez making up for that miss earlier. Cuts down the Senate advantage to just 5 with 3:26 to go.
And now Omega calling the chin play for the Senate. Ball reversal.
Sanders free for a 3.
Good look against the zone, getting the ball inside, getting the defense to collapse, and then the kick out for an open 3 outside.
Trick to that kind of play is not to rush the release. Here's Abugan in the post. Looks inside. Tries to squeeze through the traffic. I think he may have gotten the foul as his dividend from that exchange.
Very strong, backing down Petilos. Really not much more you can do as a defender.
Yeah.
Just
So Harry Petilos ended up committing that foul, and we have Abugan on the line. James Abugan shooting a pair. He's the big, strong man of the GSIS. Misses the gift shot, however. Again, no Maki Escalona for the GSIS, their ace point guard, and nothing from the free throw line by Abugan. You know, the Senate team is a hard team to beat. They're tall and quite athletic, and lots of players with great skills, actually.
yeah, it looks like they know how to play. They move the ball well. They haven't really taken bad shots so far.
Yes, that's a good point. In the meantime, Ramos is on the floor for the first time. That is Jose Reynaldo Ramos, wearing number 1 for the Senate. Yes, Tama Sirina. These two are neighbors as far as the officers are concerned. Lots of time in the shot clock, actually. Mangaran couldn't get it. The kid was unable to sink it at close range.
Another good look. Eventually, those will start dropping.
They're hoping, of course, that it will happen that way. But Zali with a behind-the-back pass, dangerous. And there's the foul given up this time by Tristan Hernandez.
Another steal by the Senate. Third turnover by GSIS. Against none for the Senate, which is why the Senate's ahead so far.
Yes, indeed. That is the first team foul of the GSIS. The Senate is in the penalty. I don't know if the GSIS can take advantage of that in the next 2 minutes of play. Here's an open shot. No, sir, it won't connect for Malaga, but there's a cleanup. And you were saying the close range shot would eventually drop in.
It did that time. A big basket. Now, GSIS really needs to get a basket here soon.
They're down by the biggest lead of 10.
Maybe they can get inside, get a foul at the least.
Here's Enriquez traveling.
Another turnover, costly. Need to take advantage of the fact that Senate is in foul trouble. Try to get free throws.
Enriquez now discovering that the foot fake, the jab step, not necessarily results in a good fake. Traveling call whistled against him. Senate by 10, as we mentioned. 1 minute and 20 remaining. Jeffrey hit a three earlier. Does not force it. Malaga, cross court to Ramos. Launches, good line. Just hit the back rim. Cleanup job.
Petillos again, back-to-back offensive rebound putbacks. That's 4 points, helping them pull away here.
Courtesy of Harry Petillos. It's a 12-point lead, the biggest. Banzali looks inside. Here's Enriquez. Long cross-court pass to Hernandez. Diaz asking for it. Too congested. This play is dying in the water, actually. They don't know. They're down to only 2 seconds. Diaz now putting a desperation shot. And the shot clock catching up with him.
Great defense by the Senate, showing hard on the ball screen, forcing them to challenge three-point shot. Great defense.
They were switching on every pass and not allowing a clear view of the basket. 18-6 tally here. Jeff Sanders says, "Can I shoot?" Yes, you can, but he misses the shot. Abugan brings it across. Abugan sees a phalanx of blue defenders. He couldn't care less.
There we go. Now they get a chance to score from the free throw line. Really in need of baskets here. Only 6 points with less than a minute left in the first quarter.
We've got the return of Lawrence J. Gasparillo wearing number 4 for the Senate. And Abugan, who missed 2 charities earlier, gets a third try. Drops it in. Now goes 2 for 2. Cuts it down to 10. 23 seconds remaining.
Fouls to give here for GSIS if they need to give them. Senate looking to take the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time doing that because they have 6 seconds to do it. Malaga looks at the basket, launches a 3. No. Petillos jumping for it. Diaz throws a prayer. No answer. At the end of the first 10 minutes of play, it's a 10-point lead by the Senate. We shall be back with your second quarter in just a short while. We are back with you. 18-8 is the count. Mo in that first quarter. The Senate really dictating the flow of the action, and they led by as much as 12 in that first quarter.
Yeah, they got double the amount of shot attempts as GSIS did due to the fact they had more offensive rebounds and they're able to take care of the ball. No turnovers in the first quarter, so that's always a good sign.
That rarely happens in a basketball game for a team. Seb Sarmenta, Mo Gingrich, and we've got Rex Trinidad and Rino Villamor taking care of your game here today. Second game in the 3-game schedule as Manzali attacks. Manzali unable to score on the layup. Breakout by the Senate, high off the glass. The follow-up, Ramos, no. Pareño reaches for it.
Good aggression, though, by the Senate. Fast break opportunity. Didn't get it to fall, but still a second chance. Still missed it, but gotta love the energy.
Yes, indeed. Pareño, who's their dead shot shooter. This is a dead shot from the outside. Gasparillo knocking in a three, and now this is the biggest lead.
Biggest lead at 13. Love the energy of the Senate so far on defense, especially being aggressive, pressuring the ball, forcing missed shots, and running in transition.
The defense has held the GSIS to just 8 points so far. And that's what they had at the end of the first quarter, and they haven't scored here in the first minute yet.
As a coach, you got to love that defensively, forcing turnovers, forcing missed shots, and then offensively, they're able to take care of the ball and get good shots.
Almost like a perfect game, man. We have Jonathan Pareño, who was in our Heart of a Champion feature earlier, misses the first free throw. Second free throw dropping in. Omega comes back in.
So far, I think GSIS has definitely missed Maki Escalona.
Yes.
Offensively, they're finding it difficult to create good shots.
That won't connect.
Another open look, though, by the Senate.
Here's Banzali slowing it down. Second quarter is down to 8:46. Diaz. The Senate has forced the GSIs to take these three-point shots from the outside that seem to be out of rhythm as Ramos hits the bench for the Senate.
Yeah, really the offense of GSIS hasn't had much rhythm at all. And part of that is also due to the defense that the Senate is doing.
Yes, indeed. Jeffrey Sanders, Omega, Torrente, Gasparillo, and Malaga are the players. Maranan, rather, the other player. Here comes the pass to the side. There's an open shot. Omega sees the basket, but can't drop it in. Banzali hooks the rebound. Slows it down, goes to Pareño. Pareño does not like the shooting spot. Sanders watching him closely. No chance for a pick and roll.
Switch on the ball screen, able to stifle any look they had at a shot.
Yes, indeed. Shunga. Did not turn to the basket. Banzali, shot clock catching up with him.
They had their chances there, just weren't able to capitalize. Again, good aggressive defense by the Senate, able to force another turnover. Fifth of the game, I believe, for GSIS.
And the score, 21-9, GSIS limited to just a single point in the first 2 minutes of action here. That shot won't work. Here comes Abugan. Is he going to go all the way? But he opts to pass to Pareño. And he will score, getting a foul as well.
That's been the best offense for GSIS so far, when they're able to force misses and run and draw fouls or make layups. Good looking 2-on-1 fast break attack there.
And that's why you practice those drills. 3-on-2, 2-on-1.
Yeah, it's amazing how many opportunities happen like that in a game where you have 2-on-1, 3-on-2.
When you're a young player, you're starting out, you're 10, 11, 12, you're bored by the whole thing, but you realize that it becomes natural as you get older and get used to your teammates. There's a foul away from the basketball.
It really helps develop the decision-making. That's a big thing of making the right decision when you have the numbers in transition.
To the point that if you have the ball and you want to take it all the way to the basket, you can do that. In fact, there's a review being done right now. I think there was a foul away from the ball. Anyway, what does the GSIS have to do to alter their fortunes here? They have been down repeatedly here, Mo, by 10 points.
I think so far their best offense has been transition. They do have some fast players, Abugan, Pareño. These guys can run. If they're able to get stops and still force outside shots maybe from the Senate, they can get the long rebound and attack in transition. I think that's going to be their best offense today.
That's a good point.
They've struggled with their half-court offense so far.
I think they give the foul to Sunga. It's a 10-point lead. The team foul count, both sides have been called for 2 fouls. Here we go with Torrente, popping from 15. A bit offline, and the rebound is secured by Banzali. Here's Pareño, thought of elevating. He's free. Baseline attempt. Yes.
Another transition or semi-transition attack. Get them an open shot.
And when they're running, they seem to be in a good place. As Balboa sets up Gasparillo. Free!
But they got to get stops. If they're taking the ball out of bounds, Senate's defense is able to set up. So far, they've been very good in their half-court defense.
Exactly. Lead of 13 was the biggest so far posted here. Here's Pareño trying to confuse Torrente. And there's a foul given up by Torrente. Looks like a sideline inbound forthcoming here. Senate's 3rd team foul.
Referee signals for a baseline inbound, actually. Always a good opportunity to score on baseline inbound. Get the ball close to the basket.
But
a sorry turnover.
Yeah, if you throw the ball away. Now, where did the ball go out? It should go from the other end. The referee's conferring on that. Yes. They were hoping, Senate hoping that the ball would be nearer to their basket, but it won't be so. 24-13, 6:35 remaining.
GSIS again needing a stop here, so they have that opportunity to run in transition.
And they need a lot of it given the course of this first half so far. Their offense has also been stymied. Torrente's outside the 10th, have not found the mark. Sunga touches it last. The Senate will have a... Or am I speaking too soon? No, I'm not. Sunga touched it last. So baseline inbound. Gasparillo will do that. Diaz is back in. Omega trying to make a decision. Michael Omega gets it back, attacks. Here's Marcos, cross-court pass. Gasparillo has a decent shot from the outside. Ha ha ha, says Banzali. I got this and I won't waste the layup.
First turnover of the game for the Senate and easy 2-point conversion on the other side for GSIS.
And another turnover. And another turnover. In the meantime, Balboa attacks, throws up a wild shot. Torrente tries to stretch for it. Somebody has to get the ball and settle this team down, but they're too much in a hurry. No, Abugan stretches for it. Nobody ahead. Banzali sees daylight, and he loses control of the ball.
Good individual defense by Omega there. Able to stop that one-on-one attack by Banzali.
Oh, clean-up job by Gasparillo. Fast-paced second quarter, 5:17 to go.
They're really making it hard for Pareño to get the ball.
That's a good
Marcos
point.
denying it.
Yeah, because Pareño's their dead shot. There's a foul. Could be on Marcos here. 18-8 was the count at the end of the first quarter. And the inbound will be, I think, from the sideline, as there was no attempt yet. Yep, 14 seconds on the on the shooting clock. 5:07 to go. Second quarter.
Sanders coming back in to defend Pareño now.
Pareño had a good look, but the shot just falling short. 3, 4 on 2. Oh, well run if Torrente nails this.
Great decision. Get an open shot. Easy 2 points.
And it's 28-15, a repeat of the largest lead of 13. Abugan tries his hand from the outside and drains it for a long 2.
That time they switched on the ball screen, but the switcher was a little late. Didn't show enough. Open shot for Abugan, he knocked it down.
I think he was surprised that Abugan took it from that distance. As we find Gasparillo sending into the corner. Here's Sanders. Second rainbow by Sanders.
Great looking shot there from outside. Good setup job.
And now the biggest lead is on the board.
Now calling a horns play. I think this is the first time they're running this.
This is usually a double high post pick. Everybody seems to have a version of the horns.
Yeah, pretty much every level, from kids to the pros. Everyone likes the horns play.
The horns, the elevator, some kind of motion offense.
Well, it's easy. It's easy to run, easy to teach,
and easy to remember for the players.
and also pretty effective. That's why a lot of people run it.
Yes, exactly. And if you're teaching kids, 12 to 14-year-old kids, and that's easy for them to remember. Traveling is a call. 31-17, 14-point lead. Senate managing to stall the offense of the GSIS. Dennis Bunyi is on the floor.
Good ball pressure by Omega, forcing another turnover by GSIS.
And Bunyi ice cold coming off the bench, really. And that's usually the player you attack.
Yeah, good recognition there by Omega.
Sanders tries his luck from a 10-footer, no. Abuga pushing hard, and it could be a Balboa foul. Now the penalty is in effect again. Is it? No, not yet. That's the fourth team foul, I think, of the Senate.
The next foul will mean free throws for GSIS.
Parreño brings it across and being watched very closely by Malaga.
Another switch, ball screen.
Parreño squeezes through traffic. We'll get free throws here.
We'll see how they're able to take advantage of the foul trouble of Senate in this quarter. Last quarter, in the first quarter, they're only able to get 2 free throws after Senate being in the bonus.
Here's Parreño shooting from the free throw line. Misses the first. Parreño has 5 points. Takes care of the second free throw, brings it to 31-18.
Hasn't been able to hit from outside so far as Parreño, but GSIS is going to need him to hit from outside if they have any chance here today.
Yes, indeed. Guess they got to make some stops. There's one. Bunyi out to Diaz. Diaz looks for a friend. Parreño directing operations. Shot clock at 12. Parreño changes direction, tries to create separation. He does on the fall away. Tough shot.
I thought that was good defense for the most part. Parreño rejected the ball screen. Malaga able to stick with him, force a step back jumper, challenged, but Parreño, good offense beats good defense.
Just a better offensive move by Parreño there. Going to pause for a timeout. The score at 31-20. The Senate is still in charge of this first half. Welcome to the continuation of the second quarter, which is now down to 2 minutes and 31 seconds. GSIS has been limited to just 12 points here.
Coach Mike Furman looking to set up Jeffrey Sanders here. He was momentarily open, but didn't take the shot.
And they do it again, Mo. Why not? Because he hit one from there and from the other side. Bunyi slows it down. Bunyi tries a crossover against Harley Nang, who's on the floor for the first time. It's an offensive foul. Bad screen by Bunyi.
Moving again. It's also on the offensive player. You got to wait for the screen to be established. And then as a screener, once you're set, you can't move anymore.
There is a moment of freezing, actually. Not really doing anything at all. Sanders not opting to fire from the outside. Good ball movement, creating this as Harry Gillis fires inside again.
Great look inside again against the zone. If you get the ball to the high post, lots of options will open up outside or inside. That time they're able to find Petillos inside.
And our score is 33-20. Biggest at 14. Bunyi trying to run operations against Harley Nang. They're going almost exclusively to Parreño here. Parreño drives hard. Sanders switching over. Wow.
Another tough shot. Again, good challenge by the Senate, but just a better offensive shot.
Harley Nang with a graceful layup on a great go-ahead pass by Jeffrey Sanders.
Sorry defense by GSIS. Off a made basket, not able to get back.
Almost like a walk in the park that time for the Senate. A minute to go. Pareño free. I'll shoot all day. But can't make this one. Here comes Harry. Pulls up from 10. Felt good about it, but the shot not cooperating. Malaga and company want it back. Nang is tied up. Nang trying to get it to a teammate on the other end. Can't. Bunyi slows it down. Bunyi looking for a friend. Here's Abugan. Drives past two defenders.
Strong drive, good-looking finish with the left hand by Abugan.
Nang looking for a friend inside. Opts to pass it to Malaga. Sanders looked at the hoop. Can he elevate from there? He does, but can't knock it down. And there's a rebound foul.
Continues again attacking the offensive rebounds. That's his third chance now for second chance points.
We have Marcos returning. Maranan will come back in. That's Mangaran, rather. We have Banzali coming in for Bunyi. Boy, the GSIS is huffing and puffing, really. Senate doing a good job of mixing up its personnel on the floor. First free throw by Petillos, falling in. Second. Not this time.
Pareño, I think especially, might tire out because he's forced to have to do a lot offensively. He's made some tough shots, but it's hard to sustain that kind of energy offensively.
No basket, but free throws forthcoming because of the penalty. Coming in is Ramos. Petillos moving out. Banzali will shoot charities here.
5 seconds left, so none of the GSIS players will go for rebounds here. They're all back trying to protect their basket.
Is that always good?
I think sometimes it's good to have rebounders, especially if it's a miss, then you have a chance to delay their attack.
Here we go. Nang, air ball, that'll do it. At the end of the first half, it's 36-26. 10-point lead remains the same for the Senate. We'll have halftime entertainment, and we'll discuss the first half after this. Welcome back. It's time now for the game to resume. We will start from 36-26, which has been a familiar refrain in this game. Biggest lead was 14, but the 10 has been more or less constant, Mo.
Yeah, still 10 points at the end of the first quarter and still a 10-point lead for the Senate at halftime. Let's see if GSIS can do anything here to make up the ground. Really, Senate able to get that advantage off of offensive rebounds. They had 11, and then they did a great job of taking care of the ball. Four turnovers as opposed to 8 turnovers that they forced from GSIS.
Is the size of the Senate a factor in this game as Abugan drives to the basket?
I believe it is. They have the overall size, even from their guards and wing players. They're long. They're able to deflect passes and create turnovers that leads to fast break opportunities for them.
Abugan breaking down the defensive Sanders there. Now we have a chance to go to Rina for a report. Rina, go.
Yes, pressers have not the start that the GSIS coaching staff are expecting. Things are really different without Escalona assisting the team. But of course, with the likes of Pareño, Bansali, Nabugan in the team must be able to keep it close with the Senate team. Now, so far, taking care of the ball and taking it strong to the basket has been quite a challenge para sa kanilang koponan. Coach Roger Yap told the team, huwag kayong matakot, trust in your teammates, and you have to put confidence into play here. You have to focus on your man. Box out more. In addition to that, challenge the shooters of the Senate defenders. Now, 10 points will be easy for them to grab away from the Senate if they play solid here as a team. Seth, back to you.
Thank you very much, Rina. And now Petilos showing everybody that he has range, fired from outside and drilled in the shot. After most of his points were at close range in the first half.
And sa report, no, si Coach Roger, he mentioned that they need to box out better, which is something they need to do. Giving up 11 offensive rebounds, and then themselves, they weren't able to get a single offensive rebound in the first half.
That is significant as Benzali cuts it down to 7 with an attack at close range, 38-31. Sanders looking inside, no cutters inside. There is somebody at the top of the key. Malaga fires offline. Ball is loose in the hands of Pareño. Benzali sees an opening, starts to dribble and attack. But Bugan, Benzali, Diaz thought about it, fires, drills it in, a 3.
First three-pointer made on the day for GSIS. It's a great sign for them. They're able to get this for the first time in a long time in the single-digit lead.
I think it should be 38-34 as our scoreboard reveals. The scoreboard in the Coliseum has been corrected. Turnover by the Senate. Abugan attacks seriously and gets a bonus. A different GSIS team is on the floor right now.
Yeah, two fast break opportunities for Abugan. Both times finished with a foul-counted shot. And then a three-point shot. That's a big way to make up the lead quickly.
GSIS putting on their energy gear. And Abugan with a chance to slice it down even more to its lowest since it was 14 way back in the second quarter. Timeout requested by the Senate. Mike Fermin does not like what he has seen so far. We shall be right back. It was interesting in the timeout. Mike Fermin was asking his team, what's wrong? Is it me? Is it me? What's wrong? Sometimes coaches will ask that.
He was mentioning the fact that he started a different 5 than what he started to start the game. And talagang he put it on the players, to make things happen inside.
That's so true. Once you've done the coaching and everything, it boils down to the players and what they do on the floor, actually.
At the end of the day, the coach can't go inside and play with one of the 5 guys inside, so it's really up to the players.
You've been working it in practice. This is for the lead. If GSIS gets some lucky with the basket here, they don't, as Diaz is denied access. 7.5, and here comes Abugan. Here comes the bullet train, and there's nice traveling. Either that or an offensive foul.
Senate able to get a stop on the previous play, but then threw it away, attacking the other side.
Abugan felt really good because he's been scoring well. 9-0 run by the GSIS. Torrentes sends it way outside. Omega gets it back. The pass nearly deflected. Sanders corner. Abugan battling for it. It's in the hands of Pareño. Benzali in the corner. Thought about it. Pareño, no thinking, straight. And it pops out. Could have been for the lead.
Good look by Pareño, though. Great energy. Again, able to attack in transition, get an open shot. Just wasn't able to knock it down. Senate really needs to get it back to what they were doing well in the first half. Defensively, able to create turnovers, force difficult shots, and then run. With a chance to get a stop here.
And this is for the lead. Diaz hoping to provide the shield. Diaz thought about it. Starts his grind. Was fouled by Petilos downstairs.
Have a chance to get the lead at the line now.
Yep. They'll get free throws here. This is a very tired unit on the floor for the GSIS. They've run at full steam for about 4 minutes now.
That will be an interesting storyline as the game goes on. These guys have played a lot. The Senate has been rotating players more often. Let's see if that'll be a factor down the stretch.
We all know that GSIS is a very, very short rotation, 6 to 7 or 8 at most, with still no Maki Escalona because of the injury. We are tied at 38. Yes, go ahead.
Let's see if Senate can get back to the ball movement they had as well in the first half.
Balboa can't put a hand on it. Here comes Pareño and Gonzali for the lead. Yes!
Just like that, less than 4 minutes into the second half, and they've made up a 10-point deficit to take the lead.
There seems to be no leadership on the floor for the Senate. Who's in charge here? It's a collection of forwards in the center. Because Pareño is playing so deep. He fires from the outside. Oh, that they needed that.
Big shot. Pamatay sunog.
Oh. And they regained the lead. But the GSIS, their confidence is now soared because they managed, as you pointed out, to turn back a 10-point deficit. Diaz thought about it. Abugan dancing. Puts up the top layup, gets it to go on a follow-up.
I don't know what GSIS did in the halftime dugout, but whatever it is, it's helped them a lot. Their half-court offense looks a lot better, moving the ball, attacking inside, outside, getting good looks.
Good observation, and in fact, they're grittier here in the second half. Torrente traveled.
Even their bench, everyone has energy.
Oh, yes.
It's also helped their defense. They're getting stops now.
But you know, I'm really worried about the gas tank of GSIS going into the fourth. They can't play slow here. They have momentum. They can't play at less than. That's Diaz with a bad screen. Again, you freeze, as Mo was pointing out. Even the slightest motion, the referee will call it.
Yeah, they're being consistent with that, the referees. Both moving screens have been called against GSIS, but both similar situation where the screener moved at the last second.
That's a tough shot. Nowhere to go. Lead pass. Pareño looks ahead, pulls up from the quarter court, hits nothing, and here comes Torrente claiming the rebound.
Senate did a great job there to sprint back in transition, preventing an easy opportunity for GSIS.
Pareño, Doc reeling it in. It's a tough one here. It's a good one. 43-42 lead, swinging back from one side to the next. To the other, that is. Gonzali slowing it down. Pareño, tough catch. Step back. Layo. Tigas sa ring.
Looks like GSIS is slowing down now already.
Yes.
More than 6 minutes through the second quarter, and they're starting to run out of steam.
Great drive by Marcos. Abugan, you were saying in the first half that GSIS is in a good place when they play open court basketball. But you know, you have to play defense on the other end. Mapapagod ka rin talaga. Nice ball played by Diaz.
Diaz has looked good here to start the second half. Knocked down a three there. A good attack to the basket, using the ball fake to fool the defense and get an open look inside.
Marcos fires a three. It won't go, and picked up on the ground by Benzali.
Marcos hasn't been able to hit so far. Has had good looks from outside.
Benzali said, let me try. It didn't work. Apologizes to the team. Open. Yes.
Wide open look there for Saunders.
And despite the fact that the game has been turned around, the GSIS wants a timeout. They got nobody watching Sanders in that last play. We'll be right back. Hi. Okay. 48-44 is the count. We will shoot with 2 minutes and 45 remaining in a quickly, briskly moving third. Penalty situation in effect against the Senate. GSIS just one foul. Here's Sunga in the corner. Sunga looks inside, decides to take a crack at it.
I still think that was a great timeout by GSIS. Settled them down a little bit. Senate was able to retake the lead by 4, and also it gives a rest to their players who have played the entire third quarter so far.
More than anything else. Marcos trying to be creative, but the ball is yanked away from him. Benzali looks ahead. Too much in a rush.
Sanders read that all the way.
Sanders just a cool cat and fouled by Benzali. He realized it.
They had the numbers there, Senate, but elected not to attack.
Sometimes when you're tired, your decision making is also affected. They did have to give the go-ahead pass, but they were so into momentum.
Yeah, that's true. It's always tough, you want to always push the ball, especially when you're having good success.
Like in this case. I can't blame Benzali completely. Here comes the attack. Benzali kicks it outside soon. Diaz says, let me show you how.
Another three-pointer. Great shot. 3 threes to start the third quarter. Hadn't hit a single three in the first half. Big reason why they have the lead now by 1.
They took a look at the Senate straight in the eye and said, we are not going to just fold up here. GSIS, after being down by as large as 14. Mangara nowhere to go. Gasparillo, his pass deflected, shot clock whittling down to 4, air ball, tapped safely by Diaz. Abugan will use body control, and it's a 3-point lead by the Furies.
Great forward pass there, led him straight to the basket. Easy layup. GSIS on defense is looking much better, forcing tough shots for the Senate.
Marcus with a forced shot. Ball is loose.
The Senate has looked lost offensively so far in this third quarter.
I really feel they need a guard at this point. Put them under control as Petilios and Omega return.
Now Omega comes back in. Maybe he is the one that can settle the ship, set up his teammates, and get better looks on offense.
Benzali, Abugan, Diaz, Sunga, and Pareña. Look at them. They're huffing and puffing right now. But they're in the lead by 3. Diaz provides a screen for Abugan!
Second time against Abugan. They've switched the pick and roll, but the switcher has been late or too low on the show, and he's made them pay both times, hitting the jump shot.
They must have thought that Abugan wasn't going to make it, as Mangaran sends it to Marcos. Too sharp on the attempt, and the Senate cannot hit anything. Benzali a little more cautious. Even I forgot that the third quarter was about to end. That was a briskly moving quarter, but the damage has been done, Mo. GSIS is in front.
Great quarter for GSIS, turning a 10-point deficit into now a 6-point lead.
And we'll have the final push. Anybody's ball game here. Can the Senate come back, or will the GSIS complete this turnaround? Back in a moment. If you went away momentarily and you're now surprised that the score has changed, well, don't be, because this tireless, hard-working GSIS team just scratched and clawed back in that third quarter. And the Senate left in disarray without any direction. Now, what must the Senate do, Mo, to get reorganized here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I agree with you. They need a guard. They need someone who can set up things on offense and get good shots. And then on defense, they need to get back to what they were doing in the first half. Switching on screen, showing hard, being active, forcing turnovers, getting rebounds, and running. That's what they were able to do in the first half. In the second half, they haven't been able to stop the attack of GSIS, and it's really tough for them right now to score on offense.
Diaz has been a factor here as he has a good hand from the outside. From the free throw line, doing quite well. In the meantime, Sanders and company. Look at this. It's now an 8-point lead. Shu is on the other foot. On the other side, that is. And you can tell by the look of the Senate, a bit of panic setting in.
At least they're looking to get the ball back inside now.
Yes.
The third quarter, they took a lot of outside shots, missed almost all of them, I believe, and that led to fast break opportunities for GSIS.
In the meantime, the shot clock is at 14. 30 seconds into the final quarter here. Here's Omega. They have to run a play that they know. Something that they know. That didn't work, however, from that 15-footer by Harry Patilos.
But they did get a good job of getting the ball to the high post. That's a good spot to get it at against the zone. Lots of options. He was open, just missed the shot.
Benzali thought about it. Abugan has been the thorn in the side of the Senate. Pareño, he knew it. He knew it. He was hoping the referee wouldn't catch it.
He was pretty quick with it. I didn't see it. But the ref was right on top of it.
You saw the rhythm. It changed. Omega. That will not work.
Now that we see the length of the Senate again, forcing a turnover on the fast break. Petilos unable to convert, however.
In the meantime, score 56-48. Offensive foul against Sunga.
Good position by the defender, playing up the line, making Sunga have to go through him to get good position. Forcing the offensive foul.
Michael Enriquez re-enters the ball game. Really a very, very short lineup for this GSIS team. Here's Gasparillo. Senate needs a flurry here. There's a foul and free throws coming up for Harry Petilos.
Petilos has been trying to make things happen in the fourth quarter. Let's see if he can get things going at the line.
Sometimes that happens to teams. You don't know what's happening. That's why you might as well calm down, try to get a point from the free throw line, or run a play that you know.
Go-to set. They haven't been able to hit the play. Saunders was open earlier at the baseline, but just missed the shot as well.
This is helpful for them. Petilos nailing 2 charities. Cuts it down to 6. Benzali looking at the clock. 2 minutes gone down. Layo pa nito. Abugan to the corner. Abugan looking for options. Diaz providing the shield. Shot clock coming down to 5. Diaz, there's a blocking foul by Torrente.
Diaz has created a lot of opportunities here in the second half. Drew a foul there, but made 2 threes. Got 2 drives inside. Made a couple free throws, making things happen here in the second half for GSIS.
Not bad for Diaz. 2 of 4 from the excellent defensive measure by James Mahara. Baseline inbound for the Furies.
Good defense by the Senate, denying everything but a backdoor cut by Benzali.
Misses the layup. Chance now to come within 4 or even 3. No, Petilos cannot get to it, and Petilos looks like he will be charged with a foul here.
That was a good look by the Senate for one of their better shooters. Gasparillo just didn't make it.
GSIS dodging a bullet there.
We'll see if the Senate can keep on setting him up, especially against the zone. That's going to be one of their best options, I think.
Benzali and Diaz working at the top of the key. Here's Diaz. thought about it. Maybe traveled there. Diaz starts his drive. Oh! Oh!
Getting something out of nothing there.
Look at this. Broken play. 2 defenders. Really nothing.
Three-point play opportunity.
Mayroon kalaban yung swerte. Magaling na swerte pa.
Oh.
And Diaz will shoot the bonus. Too strong. But it's an 8-point lead for the GSIS. 7 and 10 remaining.
Senate needs a good execution here.
It seems that
Sending the shooter to overload.
it seems that part of the ball game when you need it the most. It'll go the other way. They throw the ball away.
Just needed a little more patience on that last possession, I feel. Things would have opened up.
One extra pass. One more pass could have created a better opportunity.
Yeah.
Enriquez, Abugan, Anzali, Pareño, and Diaz. Really tired people on the floor. But they're enjoying the momentum. Benzali has missed layups and a foul on Enriquez. The Senate is in the penalty. GSIS with 14 fouls. Yep, that's 4 on GSIS. Sorry, Suma is back in, giving Diaz a breather here.
Diaz really gave a lot of energy in this second half so far.
Yes, creating this lead they currently enjoy.
I imagine he'll be back after this breather.
Marcos forces that shot. They tap it safely to a teammate though.
Out of
9
sorts
seconds.
offensively for the Senate.
Yeah. Forced shot. It'll stay there with a 14-second shot clock.
Here's a chance they can run a play. Baseline out of bounds. Let's see if they can score here. Get an easy one.
They play long. Marcos is deflected. Clark Torrente dances, goes up. Almost got a basket, but will get free throws instead. Banzali committing the foul.
Both teams in the penalty here will have free throws for any fouls the rest of the way, which will be a storyline. Who can make their free throws in the last 6 minutes here?
Banzali with his second personal foul. Torrente's first free throw is in the bag. Torrente nails the charities. Cuts it down to 6, and the Senate brings up the D.
Denying Banzali all the way. He's in the backcourt. Can't even receive the ball there. Still being denied.
And Banzali's really huffing and puffing. Abugan trying to cross over. Mangarat, and that goes astray.
Well, I guess that worked because their offense didn't look like it was going anywhere there without Banzali getting to touch the ball.
Nobody was an orchestra conductor, but very bad pass. Pareño reading it cleanly, goes up, and there's an offensive foul. Mukhang hawi.
Good defense by Saunders there. Kind of pulled the chair at the last second. Off balance si Pareño.
Ang hirap gawin yung depensa na yun. Lilipad ka na sa iwanan mo.
It's a skill din.
Yes. And Jeff Sanders, who has played almost everywhere, and will probably know how to do that. 58-52. Lots of muscle on the shot. Blocked!
Good defensive stand by Enriquez there against Petillos. Giving up maybe 3 or 4 inches in height, but able to get up and block the shot.
Marcos with the hand check. And we have, as Mo Gingrich pointed out, we are in penalty on both ends of the floor. We will have a slow drag here because of the free throws. It's now, the more important thing is what Mo pointed out. Who can make their free throws here?
The Senate hit their first 2 now. Banzali hits the first one for GSIS. Looking good so far for both teams as far as free throw shooting goes.
And it will be a challenge to nail those free throws because both sides are huffing and puffing. It's an 8-point lead by the Furies, trying to complete this come from behind roarback in this game. We'll be right. Okay, this is where everybody is in the tournament mode.
And again, Senate needing a win here to move up to a tie with number 1. But right now, not looking good for them with 8 minutes left. In that timeout, Coach Mike encouraging his guys to play defense full court after they make a shot. So that's something they know. GSIS is tired. They're looking to capitalize on their depth. Sorry turnover there, though.
You know, this call, a lot of players are not used to this yet. When I was still playing, I remember in the Liga games, they call the travel. I asked the referee, you can't do the fake with the foot anymore. If you're going to do the fake, do it with your hands on the ball. They'll call it each time nowadays.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to imitate the NBA players with the jab step. It doesn't work all the time.
Yeah, and those players in the NBA, they practice that so many times. Their footwork is perfect, and a lot of times the referees let the best players get away with some travels there as well.
Many of them, actually. Here comes free throws for Pareño. Now, the Senate, you can sense their frustration. They need a break here. They need some stops more than anything else. They can't beat and get back at GSIS simply on offense here.
Chance to push the lead to double digits for the first time for GSIS, I believe, if he makes the second one. And it is a 10-point lead now.
Look at that, complete reversal. But the biggest lead, the Senate stood at 14. But this is, if you're GSIS, you take this. 5:18 to go. Here, Marcos forces it out. Omega to the corner. Sanders, runner. No, short corner flip. No basket, no basket.
That'll be 2 shots, though. Yeah, if you would have told me at halftime that GSIS would have a 10-point lead with 5 minutes left, I wouldn't believe you.
One of the guys responsible for it, Diaz, is back on the floor. Songa has been nursing an injury as well. Sanders, ringless beauty on the first. Been a tough afternoon for Mike Fermin. It hasn't been a roller coaster. It hasn't been a stroll in the park, really. 2 free throws wheeled in. Timeout requested by the GSIS. Let's give it to them. They lead by 8.
Ipupukan nyo. Huwag masyadong dikit dito. Screen. Pag meron, James, saka ko yan ha. Hindi. Si Mike maglabas. Kayong dalawa to. Kayong dalawa to. Screen si Jonathan sa'yo. Pupunta ka dito. Jonathan, pag may bola Mike dito. Okay? Trace. James, Trace. Mike, na. Mike, ha? Pag wala, balik na dito. Ito naman.
62-54.
Coach Rodriap in that timeout anticipating the press of the Senate and drawing up a press break. Looks like they executed it pretty well here. Able to get the ball across.
If you're the Senate, you would try to do that press. In the meantime, Diaz providing the ball screen. The intended pass by Pareño for Enriquez is swiped away. Marcos going one direction. Gasparillo is fouled by Diaz.
Chance here for the Senate. Get 2 shots without the clock moving, and then they can set up their press again off the free throws.
You know, if you're GSIS, you're not get out of this. Tons of time remaining. 4:37 is a lot of basketball minutes. Ooh, looks short. Yes, it is.
If you're GSIS, though, at least on the free throws, you get a rest because you played a lot more minutes than most of the players for the city.
Right. Yeah. Split, and here comes that press you were saying.
They're in a 2-2-1 press right now. Zone press going back to a 2-3 zone.
Enriquez trying to make a decision. Offensive foul.
Able to force a turnover, and now another chance for the Senate to draw even closer.
Pareño doesn't know it yet. Now he does. He used his shoulder. The minute you use that shoulder, you're in hot water. Chance now. Marcos. Long. Diaz grabs it. Gives it to Abugan. Here's Benzali.
I imagine the GSIS will be fine here with just setting up and wasting the time away. Looking to attack maybe in the last 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Let's see if they do exactly that. I would expect them to do exactly that. Oh, Benzali with a good spin. Here's Pareño wide open. 3. Too long. Enriquez unable to grab it. Longer arms from Jeffrey Sanders. Gasparillo does not force it. That shot will not work. Tapped away. I don't think that it's Senate ball.
Senate hasn't able to get much out of their baseline inbound so far.
Yeah.
See if they can convert something here. Oh, they had Gasparillo open on the other side.
They didn't see him right away. Downstairs we go. He's bottled up. James Mahara nowhere to go. Shot clock at 13. Sanders. No. Marcos battles for it. It should stay there.
I've really been impressed with the bigs of GSIS so far. Able to hold their own inside. Not give it easy shots inside.
Not being as tall, perhaps, as the players from Senate, but battling just as hard. Marcos with a layup. No. Marcos short stab. Gets it to go finally. 5-point affair. Here's Benzali. They draw him on the double team.
Great forward pass.
Here's a Bugan dribbling hard. Enriquez, Pareño wide open. No, Diaz, and they can toss it outside. No, that's not traveling. He's okay. Benzali, 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Great look by Abugan, wide open.
Just can't nail it. And they still have it.
Third chance now.
And I thought that GSIS was the tired team.
Back-breaking offensive rebounds if you're the Senate. Play good defense for 24 seconds, then another 14. And then you give up a layup inside.
And Pareño said, since you don't like my three-point shot, I will try this layup. 7-point lead, not safe. 2:28 to go. Sanders drops it inside. James Mangaran was fouled and will go shoot a free throw.
Really the sign of a great scorer, though, for Pareño. Not able to hit from the outside twice on good looks, but find other ways to score. Get to the basket, get an easy one inside.
It is a 5-point game. Very low scoring. 2:24 to go, but not short on excitement. 64-60. This press is still on. Benzali being hounded by Gasparillo.
Great pass.
Enriquez, yes, good
Great
location.
pass by Benzali. Really saw the floor well. Invited the second defender to come, and then the last minute found the open man.
Sanders trying to lose Pareño. Marcos top of the key. Short. It's on the ground. Could be a foul on Mangaran here.
Marcos unable to hit all game long.
His attempt is too sharp. The arc of the ball is not that high. Not giving him too many chances.
Yeah, that's a great point. More arc would give him a better chance to make his shots. And I think we're in the penalty here, so 2 shots. Maybe they're reviewing to see if it's unsportsmanlike. Personally, I don't think he was trying to cause any harm. Just a regular foul here.
So free throws will, as you said, most likely decide this. Abugan missing the first. Some fatigue free throws are on the line here.
Door is definitely still open for the Senate here.
Yes, it is. So Abugan
Big
made
one
sure.
Making it a 3-possession game.
With less than 2 minutes to go. Now the Senate, they need something here. Can't be an empty possession here. Gasparillo can't elevate. Here's Omega. They want to go to this guy. Why not?
Big shot there. They're really leaving Omega open, focusing their defense on Gasparillo. But Omega able to find Saunders for an open shot.
Here's Abugan being hounded. Forward to Michael Enriquez. Back to Abugan.
They need to find Banzali. He's been the one setting up everything, and now they do.
1 minute and 25 remaining. Shot clock on this possession down to 6. Banzali is fouled by Omega.
Big free throws coming up here and a chance to rest for GSIS.
You know, if GSIS hands on doing, they'll be happily awake tonight. But if they lose this game, they will find it disappointingly hard to sleep tonight.
Especially after how much energy they expelled to get to the point they are at now.
This is the trademark of this GSIS team. Mike Vermin is asking for a review, and I don't think that's reviewable. Ooh, Banzali. Door still open. It's just a 4-point lead after that big basket by Sanders. That's the score, 68-63. Here's Marcos. Gasparillo fires a long three. No, kisses the iron. And the rebound claimed by Abugan. And GSIS can use some clock here. Gonzalez still in the backcourt. Gets it across in time. He's avoiding, eluding every defender. Gonzalez.
It's almost amazing Gonzalez still has this much energy at the end of the game.
Yes, indeed.
After how many minutes he's played.
Barreño wide open. Boom! What a shot! And we will pause for this timeout. The GSIS Furies living up to their name. Back in a moment. We have you back with us here. You know, last weekend, this GSIS team also roared back against the DNR in a very, very physical confrontation between those two teams. Here comes the short pass to Jeff Sanders, and there's a foul, which now means one more free throw coming up, and Diaz jumping up and down.
Looks like the refs will take a look here if it's a landing spot foul. That could be ball possession back to the Senate if they do indeed determine that it is a landing spot foul.
Players still, in general, haven't gotten used to that call yet. In general, you don't play defense and you fade away. You move into the shot, actually.
Personally, as a defender, I don't like that call either because sometimes your really intention is to challenge the shot. If the shooter so happens to land on your foot, it's hard to, as a defender, avoid that. But they're trying to protect the shooter, which is why they do it.
Which is reasonable also.
A couple years ago in the NBA, I think it was Kawhi Leonard when Pachulia is the one whose foot he landed on. Kept him out for the rest of the playoffs.
It's an ordinary foul. But it's a critical basket by Sanders because that brings him within 6 and now just 5 with 42.73. Keep in mind both teams in penalty. Do you foul here if you're at the Senate?
I would foul. I would, especially if it's not in Banzali or Pereño, if it's another guy's hands.
There you're right.
Well, foul Banzali though.
Marcos giving up that foul. 3 seconds taken away from the game clock. So free throws forthcoming here. Now, if you're GSIS on the other hand, you don't want to commit any fouls also.
Yeah, you want now is the time you want the clock to go as fast as possible.
Let's go tick away, please. Gets the bounce. I think the Senate is out of timeouts. 7-point lead. Gasparillo launches. Sanders, glass shot. No. Marcos, follow-up. No. Pereño jumping for it. Couldn't control the ball. Marcos throws up a prayer. No. Pereño is fouled. And that could be it.
Again, great job of the GSIS bigs not giving up an inside shot. Although they gave up 3 offensive rebounds, but still sticking with it, finally coming up with the rebound there.
What a hard-working crew of 8. There are other players there, but that's a coach's decision, of course. This second half was a different GSIS team that played on the floor.
Yeah, big win, even without Maki Escalona. No, I think Banzali was able to lead and create in the second half, which was a big factor in being able to turn it around.
They got Abugan going, miss on the free throw. It's an 8-point lead. Gasparillo long. No.
Desperation time now for the Senate, and
Pereño is fouled again, and Marcos apologizing to Pereño. Jonathan still smarting. There's some fatigue also.
Really a sorry loss by the Senate after having controlled the game in the first half. Not able to sustain the energy they had in the first half. I think that was a big reason for this letdown in the second half. But again, you have to credit GSIS. They really brought the energy in the second half. They moved the ball, and they were able to hit from the outside, which is something they didn't do in the first half.
You know, as a coach, you know, these teams sometimes come out of the locker room. You don't know who's coming out of the locker room. And I'm sure you were saying at the turn of the third quarter, you don't know what they talked about in the locker room, but they were a totally different team when they played the second half.
Yeah, whatever it was, if I'm Coach Roger Apt, I'm keeping that for when they need it again and they're down at halftime.
Yeah, sometimes it works. You don't say anything. Let the players sort it out.
That's true.
So anyway, we'll have free throws here. There's a clarification here. I think an announcement will be made.
I think it was a regular foul. It was the time. I think about 4 seconds came off.
Yeah.
Now they've put 15 and a half seconds back on the clock.
Look at this. It's getting to be a complete turnaround. Almost 20 points on a turnaround here. The final winning margin could be 10. Huh?
I, for one, definitely did not see it coming.
With the way the Senate was playing so well that first time. They were playing with confidence, with pride.
They were really controlling the game, controlling the rebounds, controlling the ball, not turning it over. And in the second half, they had more turnovers.
11 seconds before this is over, and it's really over. The ball will go that way, and there's probably on the Senate's part no need to foul really. Enriquez has played well in relief. And a big win for the GSIS. Another come-from-behind win.
A great team win. Lots of guys stepping out, stepping up, especially the big guys inside. Played a lot of minutes against a bigger front line of the Senate and able to hold their own.
Okay, so who did we choose as best players for this game?
Abugat and Diaz really, especially in the start of that third quarter, they brought the energy. They led the comeback, and they're able to sustain it in the end.
Definitely so. Romer Diaz and Abugat. What a performance by these two guys, James and Romer Diaz. Let's wait before it becomes official. And there's Rina Villamor, who's ready, but all of them want to be there. Go, enjoy this moment.
Maraming salamat, Sir Seb. Our best players of this ballgame, we have James Abugat and, of course, Romer Diaz. James, you played really hard for today's ballgame. Changed the momentum into the second half. Ano ba yung naging turning point para sa inyong kupunan para mas maganda yung laro niyo sa second half?
Well, kinausap lang kami ng coaches namin. So, mag-adjust lang kami. Wala kaming intensity nung una. Tapos, medyo malas. So, doble lang namin intensities, lalo sa defense namin. So, yun. Nag-ano naman.
Romer, ikaw naman, very consistent ka sa free throw lane. Ito ba yung isa sa mga pinag-ensayuhan mo?
Opo, nung practice namin. So, talagang kailangan yung shooting drills kami. Talagang nag-focus ako doon. Yes.
And go ahead, I'm sure may mga gusto kang batiin at pasalamatan para sa larong ito. Romer.
Binabati ko nga pala si PGM Veloso, si Boss Paulo Veloso, Boss Ed Fernando, BPU, Ma'am Luis. Binabati ko yung mga taga GSIS, especially yung wife ko nanonood na nag-sacrifice na kahit walang tulog sa mga anak ko, Joshua, Paulo, Sofia. Yan, yung mga tropa ko, mami ko, Mercedes, mga bato. Minsan lang to eh. Sa biyanan ko, kay Mama Lily, yan. Mga hipag, kapatid ko, pamangkin, yan. Mga kaibigan, yung si happy birthday kay Tess Hernandez, si tatay ni Mike Enriquez, yan. Sa lahat. Maraming salamat po sa kay Tomas Cementera, kay Sir Ricky, at kay Ranky, Dennis Bunyi.
And of course, James, go ahead with your greet.
Kay PGM Vic Veloso, Manager Paulo Veloso, Sir Ricky Ramos, Ma'am Luis, nandyan, ang KMG, yung namin, so, Jun Baino, Boss Mike, Ma'am Luis, lahat po ng nasa GSIS staff, maraming salamat. Tapos si Tomas Durantera daw, yung wife ko ngayon nagbabantay dun sa sa biyanan ko. So, get well soon, Mama. Sana maging okay yung operasyon mo. Tsaka, ano? Sino? Carlos Susano daw ang pogi mo. Si Sir Aaron, maraming salamat kay Sir Aaron. Lahat ng tumulong para sa operasyon ng mama ko. Maraming salamat. Ate ko, sa Hawaii, yung pamilya na Dudel, si Gwen, si Sab, si Nea, ang mga anak ko, Akia, Jaimon, Jada, tsaka si Elijah, yung wife ko, Coach Roger, lahat ng mga ng coaching staff namin, Ranky Malayo, maraming salamat po. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat sa Diyos. And Jopay, kumusta ka na?
Maraming salamat sa ating best players of this ballgame. We have Romer Diaz and of course, James Abugat of the GSIS Furies winning with a score 76-66 against the Senate Defenders.